Hi guys, and welcome to the JKT Radio Podcast, episode 90, and I'm your hostess with the mostest, Kira, Bun, or Muffa, or whatever absurd combination of those three names we can come up with. It's fine. That's how I live my life now.
Grand
like
Muffa.
a boss. Grand Muffa.
The final boss.
The final boss. So, you know what? I feel pretty and witty and gay, so we're gonna be flowers. And not just any kind of flowers. Absurd, exotic flowers. So I'm gonna be a bird of paradise.
Oh, fuck you.
Hey! And I'm joined by my other absurd exotic flowers, Chris.
Dahlias, because when you said absurd, my immediate thought was bird of paradise.
Bird of paradise. And McBride.
Lily of the Valley.
I'll accept it. And Devin.
That's what showed up.
That is true.
I am going to be a rainbow parrot. Sorry, no, I just said that wrong. A rainbow parrot tulip.
No, there's actually, wait, what was that? King Protea. That's the other weird one I like.
Yeah.
King Protea flower. It's a fucking weird looking flower.
I need to clean my desk. Or at least finish cleaning my desk, because I did start. And the reason I picked this is I have a coaster set of Breath of the Wild coasters. And the one I'm playing with in my hands, because I don't know where my fidget cube is right now. It has a silent princess on it.
Oh, yeah. Oops, I'm sending that to the wrong chat.
Oh, be careful when you send me things now, since we're on my phone.
Right.
If you're on my phone, it will beep. Like that.
I can't hear any of it, so.
It might come through
yeah,
the recording though, so
The mic will pick it up.
maybe not.
Nah, my mic is picking it up.
Yeah.
For context, we are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
I am experiencing technical difficulties. So I've got a new computer. I got it. It's half set up.
Yay.
So the computer has one monitor attached to it. I usually have two.
Like a
With
bitch.
almost all of the stuff I usually have downloaded. I still have to get my Minecraft mods and texture packs.
God, transferring mods. I'm gonna sneeze.
I'm not. I'm usually pretty good about transferring mods. I had a bunch I needed to update anyway, so I just didn't bother updating it until I knew I was gonna get the computer.
It's more that I have a lot of mods whenever I
Yeah,
do.
you don't know how to live without mods anymore?
No. Why would I want
Exactly.
to?
I have 4.
And then there's me. What are mods?
Oh.
What are mods?
Sweet summer child.
I have 4 mods. You know what they do? Make game run better. So they're just fixing the code within the Minecraft game.
Make game prettier.
Yeah, I have a texture pack, which is just the original texture pack but HD. It doesn't do much.
I'm very vanilla when it comes to gaming anyway, so I
Yeah.
couldn't care less nor have the energy to go in the research mods to put into anything.
See, Devin was like that at first.
Yep, I was, and then I was like, See, my introduction to mods was when this is before the the Mass Effect remasters came out, and I was like, well, I don't have my PS3 with me anymore, so to get Mass Effect, I bought them on my gaming laptop. And there is a glitch that is still prevalent to this day that they never fixed in Mass Effect 1, where if you get the game on PC, all the Turian characters are fine. However, Garrus, his face is like incredibly low texture.
He's got
Like
a rendering
he
light
looks like
linear.
his face looks like 5 polygons. And I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. And so I just mentioned this offhand to you, babe, and you're like, oh, there's probably a mod that can change that. I'm like, ooh, you know what? Let me see into this mod, and I realized what mods can do, and I'm like, oh. And then, yeah, I fell into a bit of a trap. Ironically, I ended
There's
up
only a
kind
little
of...
bit.
What?
You only have a couple mods on your
Oh, yeah, I only had, like, a few. I had, like, texture mods.
Yeah, mostly just lighting and texture
And
mods.
mainly lighting and texture mods, because I generally don't... Unless something I'm really dissatisfied by. Although I always remember there was one... Thing is, I would have to reinstall Mass Effect 3 onto my laptop and then play it with this mod. There was a mod that I did get. I don't know if it actually ended up downloading well, because I never actually ended up getting to the very end of Mass Effect 3 on my laptop, because hyperfixations took me somewhere else. But there was basically a Priority Earth overhaul that basically just made the ending mission on Earth a lot cooler. Like, they had, like, a lot more things happen on the mission and stuff like that, and I'm kind of sad because at this point I'd have to reinstall Mass Effect 3 and then reinstall that mod. But yeah. So that's been my
Random
experience.
side note: I'm told I got told penis.
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 Wait, what?
Penis.
Is this penis?
It's the penis game.
It's the penis game.
Uh-huh.
Have you never played that, Chris?
Oh, yes, I remember this.
The penis.
Basically, the objective is everyone in the group says penis, but each one gets louder and louder and louder and louder. And it's usually a game you play like out in the open amongst like other groups of people, because of the. It's a game I don't think you would particularly enjoy, given your feelings on social anxiety and stuff like that. I don't even enjoy it that much either.
Why does this game exist?
Because this was like back when we were in high school.
Because children are immature. That's why this game exists.
Yeah, this
Yep.
is like a grade school game on all
Yep.
technicality.
Yeah.
This is a game that you'd play at like the 10
Speaking
to
of
14
game, you
year
all
age.
just lost the game.
God
Fuck
damn it.
you.
I love it.
Thanks for that.
I really hope I got picked up. Well, by
I
by
hope
your
so as
mic.
well. Well, we
I
heard it
heard
through
it.
here, so hopefully it'll come through. If it doesn't, I will boost the shit out of it to make sure
I would
that
also,
it goes
That
through.
one. It's
having
getting
met
worse.
your mother, I would also like to point out the irony of your mother asking you to watch your language. Because your
She
mother
keeps telling me
swears like
she
a
has
sailor.
virgin. Yeah, she does. She keeps telling me she has virgin ears, though.
Your mother is full of shit, Kira.
There you go, Mom. You got told you're full of shit.
She's so full of shit. She's a pig pen.
Oh dear.
It's
And,
true. I have to be nice. It's her birthday.
Well, technically, you are being nice.
I'm being nice. I'm relaying a message.
Yeah, Devin's the one who said it.
I'm relaying a message.
Mm-hmm.
You've
Don't,
I'm
done
getting a-
nothing.
don't kill the messenger, unless the messenger's also a tool.
Which
I get
Kira
killed
is
a
not.
lot.
Kira is not a tool.
I am an adorable little bunny.
Well, actually, no. Kira is the multi-tool.
Yes.
There's
Okay,
a-
that is true. I did find a way to get my keys at work to undo a screw. So,
I wind up using keys or the feeder tongs at work whenever, because there's a screw whenever we have to pull out the fucking lizard enclosures that is like, because there's a little like metal hook that kind of prevents those enclosures from falling down when you pull them out
Yeah.
too far. And they always wind up, because it's attached into like a metal bar, they never actually stay secured. Why have you knocked over the mop bin? Boomy.
I felt like it.
But anyway, so I always have to like screw that screw back up so that it'll like stop falling down. Doesn't last particularly long.
No, it doesn't.
I think he's making the stinky face.
On a side note, to explain why I got sent penis is
That's a sentence.
I had someone boop me, and it's something that I've done for a few people. You just write boop,
Yes.
and then you get the boop back.
It's like
So I got
poking
booped.
on Facebook.
Yeah, I
Back
got
in those
booped.
days.
Once upon a time, yeah.
God, yeah, I got booped. I said beep back, and I'm like, I'm doing the recording. I'll come bug you later.
Or even further in the past, nudging on MSN
Oh
Messenger.
my god.
Oh god.
I used to spam the shit out of that when people were ignoring me.
I had that one person that would do it constantly, even if we were just like chatting. There's just like, fucking stop!
Oh, no, what
I'm here, I'm
I used to
talking
do
to
is
you.
I
You
used to
can nudge
send the laughing woman,
Oh.
Oh yes.
terrifying laughing woman
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
thing.
Yeah. So because I told them that, they wrote okay, and then penis.
Indeed.
This is the same person who sends me dirty jokes while we're recording as well.
Ah,
Oh,
I never would
perfect.
have guessed.
That makes a lot of sense.
I love them immensely sometimes.
Another time.
They're Yes, they're hilarious little children. I say children. He's older than I am.
Oh, good. Is that not one of the actual children then?
Not one of the actual children. No, I think he's around McBride's age.
Oh, yay. A fellow
You're
elder.
not the oldest one. A fellow elder from McBride.
I have.
If I remember correctly.
Or as,
I am
oh my
Gently?
god, what's her name?
Gently.
No, a comedian. I can't remember her first name, but Liza Schlesinger. She had a comedy special on Netflix a few years ago, and it was just simply called the Elder Millennial. And I'm just like, yes, this is me. I am the Elder Millennial.
That is the correct response.
Yep.
I am actually at the tail end of millennial. Like, people often actually loop me in with like older Gen Z because I'm right on that border. I think I'm actually
Yeah.
On the
last
border.
year.
Yeah, because it's like what, early 2000, 98, something like that.
No, the last year to be considered a millennial for in most realm is like 1996.
Yes.
But,
okay.
but some people also lump that in with like some people also say that 1996 is like Gen Z still.
Yeah.
So like I am on that very tail end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am just before that then because I'm 90. I'm
We're
because I was
95.
like beginning. I was January 95, so I'm like the beginning of the 95. So,
Yeah. I'm right in the middle.
Yeah.
My brother is actually like on the beginning cusp of millennial.
Yeah, because millennial
He's
is
82.
considered it's 1981 to 1996.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought like, oh, he's 82 and he's 82 years old. I'm like, that doesn't.
Yes.
Wait, hang on.
Hi, Lemon. Hi, Lemon. Hi, Lemon. Hi, sweetheart.
Guys, I got a fountain pen and I can't stop writing the alphabet in it just because I want to write something with it, but I don't know what to write.
So you're writing the alphabet.
It's what I do whenever I'm like if I'm during D&D as well. If I don't know what to do, but I want to take notes or I want to write, I'll just write the alphabet over and over again.
I remember when I was.
Apparently,
my
Oh, Christ, 3 people talking at once. Who wins?
we all talked right at the same
How
time.
have we never run into that problem before, though?
Oh, I'm sure we have. It was like
We have.
we have, but it's the first time I think we've like all. It was like perfect.
Stop.
Like we all spoke at literally the exact same
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then stopped. So who wants to go
Canadian,
with their
that's all
sentence
stops.
first?
I know.
Well, Kira's already had enough troubles. I think we should let Kira go first.
Go ahead.
I don't remember what I was saying.
Cool. Devin?
I was saying because you doing that. Apparently, apparently when I play D&D, what I generally end up doing is making Kira cry, which I still
Correct.
feel bad about, but not really. And also, if you're looking for things to write about in calligraphy, you should just given the conversations we were just having, you should write penis.
You're right. I should.
True.
Write penis over and over
Yeah.
and over again.
And confuse the people who will eventually discover your diary during the apocalypse.
100
Especially
years from
considering
now.
this is actually my notebook for Effie.
Yeah, could you imagine? Like, there's
There's
some like
so much D&D notes in here, and then you just get to alphabet
Like,
and then penis.
the civilization that comes after us, like the final remnant of like our civilization is someone's old D&D journal, and they just get a very non-accurate description of what life was like for us.
I don't know. It
And then
seems pretty
penis.
accurate to me.
I mean, yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
McBride, what
pretty
do you have
much.
to say?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I remember once upon a time in an old job far away, where when I would do, I would cover reception duty from time to time, and so in times where there was nothing going on and I was bored and I was just sitting there, I would practice, as corny as it sounds, I would practice handwriting my name, like doing my signature.
Yeah, I
It
used to
didn't
do
last
that
very
as well.
long because I realized I didn't care.
Yeah, that's kind of. I would do that a lot as well, and then also I realized that I had really shitty handwriting, like script writing.
Yeah.
So, And then I was like, I don't want to spend forever writing my signature, so my signature became really, really short and easy really quickly.
I flip-flop between signatures, I'm finding. Like, I go from, like, if something requires my full name, it's just a shit ton of circles. Whereas, if there's something that just needs, like, an initial or just, like, a quick sign of something, then it's just TM.
Yeah, because that's not really... Because TM isn't really a signature.
No.
It's an initial.
Yeah. So it's just like,
Well, that's still accepted in a lot of them.
It is, yeah.
I remember what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Yes.
You could just start typing or writing out all the weird draconic words I give you.
This is true. I don't remember
Like,
most
that's a
of them.
lot. That there's Rach, a life again. I know I had the word for cheese at one point.
Yeah, I think
Yes,
I have
you
it
did,
written down in...
because-
I
yeah.
have it written down in Rue's notebook somewhere, I think.
Well, I thought there's like 7 words or
I could
something
also
I
try
memorized
and
for a while.
practice... I could also try and practice writing in the Elvish alphabet.
God, the Elvish alphabet hurts me.
It is not the prettiest.
Snowcloud, what are you doing? Okay, you're cleaning your beans. That's allowed. I felt so bad
poor
for my
Ben.
cat.
I'm sorry. I have to interrupt to
happened to
give a
Ben?
sad story yesterday. It wasn't sad. Oh my god. It's not sad, but like in my building they were testing the fire alarms for the entire building. So Ben starts under the TV, just hiding the entire time, and then it stopped for a little bit and he wanted to go outside. He was like, okay, I'll let him outside. And then it started back up again, to which he somehow wedged himself under the little table that I have for the barbecue.
Oh, no.
So he wedged himself under there and it's like, no, bud, you need to come out. I promise it'll be easier if you come inside. And then at that point, that's when they started doing our floor. So it started blaring for each of the units on our floor. So he promptly ran under the chair, and then I remember a little trick my dad told me the day before it was happening. He was saying it's like, up until and even after your unit's done, just put duct tape over the speaker so it'll muffle the sound. And like, I did that. It was so much quieter. We still felt bad for the cat because we had to leave immediately afterwards, but
Oh, Ben.
but at least it was muffled that much more. And then we came home, and then we realized like he'd just been under the chair the entire time. He hadn't. We don't think he had his lunch, but he definitely didn't have his dinner because all of his food was still in the bowl. And he was like, "Oh, buddy, it's okay. We're home now. You can eat."
Poor baby Ben.
I know, but he's fine now. He's. I was watching a thing on National Geographic this morning, and it was about snow leopards, and he was watching that pretty closely, so he's okay.
Also,
Oh,
we
good.
keep seeing the fucking ad for Squid Game. It's the new Tiger King.
You know what? Squid Game 100% better than Tiger King. Did you know they're making a season 2
Yep.
No!
They are
Yep.
making a
of
season
Tiger
2.
King?
Yep.
I don't know
Of
what
Tiger
it's
King.
going to be about, considering this first season covered pretty much everything that happened.
Yeah, the Tiger King himself is in jail.
Yes.
Yeah.
The woman's refusing to participate.
Yeah.
Carol Baskin.
Yeah, so...
Can't
but
imagine
they're
why.
filming season 2. Lemon, get the fuck out of here.
No.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Well, she keeps... I've got a bag to the side of me that is actually for Christmas presents.
Ooh.
Speaking of which, we still have to drop...
Yeah, we were gonna... I think we...
We were gonna drop that off on Saturday, but...
Yeah.
But you were busy,
I
and...
I have birthdays. I got very... I was drinking. Yes.
How
Little-
were
little
you?
hungover.
Were you drinking, or was your mother making you drink?
Same thing, really.
I was making myself danger juice.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Not the danger juice.
Well, it is after
This-
12, so it's socially
It-
acceptable now.
It was at like 5 or 6 o'clock at night my time.
Okay.
Like I got home, and at 5 I helped like finish like all the preparation, and then I had a cooler. When I finished the cooler is when I started making danger juice.
Ah.
If it's after 5 o'clock.
Yeah, because like they watched me. I had a short cup instead of my really large cups for once,
That's
and
good.
I made a cup, of danger juice, and they could see me pouring it, and they could see that it is actually half alcohol. And then half orange juice. Like, it's still very pink and very red. So 2 people wanted a sip to try the danger juice.
I've tried danger juice. It's
good.
Dangerous.
It's good. So they tasted it and they're like, "This is juice." And I'm like, "You watched me make it. You see how much alcohol's in there." And like they're like, "This is a juice box. We're drinking a juice box." I'm like, "But
it's an adult juice box."
Yeah, it's an adult juice box, exactly. Just imagine like all of the soccer moms with the thermoses on the side of the field with that danger juice. Like, yeah, fucking win the game.
I've seen like a picture of like vodka from like Romania, I think it was, but it was in like a juice box style.
Yeah.
That's Russia.
Yeah.
Russia?
I've seen the juice box vodka. It's Russia.
Oh, I thought it was Romania.
Romania might have one as well, but I do know there is a juice box vodka in Russia. Just because I'm like, I kind of want to go to Russia just to buy juice boxes of vodka.
Right.
If you go, "Why you have a juice box on your desk?" I'm like, "It's vodka."
It's vodka.
In Soviet Russia, vodka drinks you.
Oh my god. Soviet Russia jokes have not existed so long.
I mean, they kind of died, and they kind of deserve to die because they were everywhere.
They were everywhere, and they're kind of bad, but they're also great.
It is Romania.
It was Romania?
Yeah.
The one you found was Romania? Yeah. The one I knew of was Russia because it was actually written in Russian.
I mean, technically speaking, that does not necessarily mean that it's Russian. Because the Cyrillic language is used for Belarus, it's used for Ukraine.
I don't think it's used in Romania, though.
No, Romanian uses its own alphabet.
Yeah, Romania uses Romanian.
Which is actually a Romance language.
Yeah, that's Romance languages are
like
the way they file that is weird.
Well, no, because it was basically it was part of the Roman Empire, hence Romance, and hence also why it's called Romania. But you always forget, like, people, when you think of Romance languages, you think of like Latin, Italian, French.
I do not think
Spanish.
of Latin as a Romance language.
I always associate it because Latin was used with Romans, so.
Apparently Irish is now a Romance language.
Yeah.
That's a weird
one.
No.
That's
That's not
you.
I'm assuming they mean like Dublin Irish, not like Boonies Irish, where you don't goddamn understand a goddamn thing. Even they don't understand a goddamn thing.
I think they're actually referring to Gaelic, not like.
Even then, like, what the hell is that?
Gaelic is not a nice language.
It's really not.
I don't know what you're talking about. Gaelic is a really nice language to listen to.
Gaelic's kind of nice, depending on who's saying it.
True. That's the crux of this entire thing.
Yeah,
it depends on who's saying
it.
If you can hear the jingle bell, Kiki demanded pets, and she's sitting right in front of the microphone.
Aww.
That's fine. Yeah. So someone actually asked me last night to make them a danger juice.
Oh dear.
So someone else had danger juice with me. I also randomly got voluntold to be bartender.
Interesting.
That's not the first time. Oh,
no, I'm
Kiki.
If I'm there, I usually almost always get bartender. I don't know why.
Very interesting. Probably because you introduced the danger juice, and then everybody's like, "Oh, what's that? Can I have one? Can I have one?" And then you kind of put yourself into that role.
Also, the last time
I was asked to pour wine before I even opened up my danger juice.
Oh wow.
Also, the last time your mother's friend made me alcohol, the shots were really strong. You made them more forgiving.
Because I'm a little kinder with shots, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't pour till the shot glass is overfilling.
It was scary.
But you also gotta think, if I'm making drinks, I don't do the proper one shot this, blah, blah, blah. I eyeball all of them.
Yeah.
And since the alcohol always goes first, so the more I drink, the stronger everything gets.
Exactly.
Yes, I remember noticing that.
Thing is, it's been so long since we've all been able to drink together that I'm just like,
normally, so.
Yeah, no, you don't drink generally at all.
I think your water bottle's still in our fridge, by the way, Kira.
Oh yeah, it is
Are you
because we haven't
serious? That was
actually
just a.
seen each
I haven't
other
been there.
since.
Well, and also like I don't know, it's water. It doesn't go bad.
Is there like a smart water from Starbucks or something?
I think so.
Because I was at Starbucks waiting for McBride. 'Cause
It's
they were
like a
gonna pick me up
fancy
at the
beach
gas
water.
station.
Yeah.
So I hadn't eaten it all, so I stopped at Starbucks that was nearby and grabbed a really shit Starbucks sandwich and water.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
I mean,
it's
in a little
it's
over-
a fancy bitch water.
In a little over a month, roughly. I can't remember when we do it, but we're gonna be getting together to smash anyway. So
Yes.
That
It's usually a
sounds.
little over a month, yeah. Charity.
I'm well aware of how I worded it.
Oh yeah. It was like we made the same joke when they announced Sephiroth. And it's like Sephiroth is coming to Smash, and I'm like,
Smash.
I'm not necessarily opposed, but you know, like he's
Not mad.
he's a good looking guy, but he's also scary.
And like 10 feet tall.
Yeah, he's like 10 feet tall, and like
You
the
see-
one
you see-
wing aspect to him it bothers me like on a visual level.
Yeah.
Even though like it's not a bad design. It's just like my
why?
compulsion or
It's
whatever
the
the fuck
symmetry
it is.
thing. It's like,
Yeah,
but
it's the
where's the
symmetry
other
thing.
one?
Except just like it must be, even though I know that's like an integral part of his character is that he only has one wing.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be able to fly, but he does.
The
Yeah,
bumblebee.
exactly.
Oh god. Yeah, but because people were over Lemon. Lemon had so much fun last night.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, Lemon.
Lemon was so excited. She's got owies, actually, Lemon.
Oh no.
Whoa!
So, okay. So we all know that Lemon has taken to lying in here with me.
Oh right, yeah.
Yes, we did talk about this. Yeah.
Yes.
So she's got owies on her elbows.
Yes.
Because she lies on the hard floor.
Yes.
Because she's a dumb.
Because she's a goof.
So the only solution then is to get her a bed inside your room.
What I'm going to do is, because I am slowly in the process of cleaning this whole hallway out. I've gotten, like, the under my desk, and I've gotten the racking that Dumont sits on. And I gotta go towards the door, and I gotta do on the desk still. I did the top shelf of the desk. It's just the rest of the desk has to be done.
Right.
So I'm going to get those soft puzzle pieces for the flooring that
Oh,
you get
yeah.
like kids.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put that in the hall behind me.
Aw.
That seems like a good idea, honestly.
It'd be good for your
Like,
feet too,
it's-
though.
I always walk around in shoes, to be honest.
Well,
Like, the only time I take my shoes off is if I'm sitting down or if I'm in my bedroom.
well, there you go.
I wear flip-flops around the house.
What are you, American?
It's because when we were puppy training all the
Right,
dogs,
yeah, fair
their
enough.
pee pads are right in front of my door.
Yeah, that's true. You don't want to run into that, literally.
So I just permanently walk around in shoes now. Especially since Lemon doesn't know how to drink water and she gets more water on the floor than she gets in her
Oh,
mouth.
poor thing.
She's just so damn stupid.
One brain cell.
She is a fool,
It's like
but she's our fool.
she's like that. She has one brain cell that bounces around like a screensaver, and like every time now and then, it hits the corner and she experiences a thought.
The thought usually involves Paul.
Yeah, exactly.
I immediately turned around to make sure she wasn't behind me.
I speaking of brain cells and stupidity, I watched a 13-minute video
Yes.
yesterday of an emu struggling very hard to get inside a tiny pool.
Fucking emus.
She kept trying to lay down in front of it and like trying to bathe in the water but being in the mud instead.
Good job, emu.
I will send you the video after, but it is. I spent 13 minutes watching this video.
It
I don't know
means
if that
well.
says more about me or the bird.
Correct.
She's also the late. It was done by there's a girl on YouTube who like does interviews with like animals like from her. I think she like works with a conservatory or something like that. But she interviews the animals.
Conservation?
Yeah, with like with a tiny microphone.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very entertaining, and I want a tiny microphone now for Boomy and Kiki.
Sounds adorable. We have one of those. They're fobs.
Yeah.
Well, I think we have one. I have one. I think I'm the only one who bought one.
Yeah, you're the only one that has one.
I don't know what.
I just found it.
I don't know what else I would use it for, but.
I used it. We tried to do a podcast with it once, and I clipped it to my shirt, but I think it was Jason didn't like the way it sounded.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Because it picked up everybody instead of just me.
Yeah.
So it interfered. It is meant for outside use, obviously.
Yeah, those things are finicky.
You know what else is finicky?
Wrong game.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. Okay, so we've got the other finicky thing, which is where I crush everyone's horrible mental processors as they try to remember TV shows from eons and eons ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rules of this game are simple. I give people 3 TV show summaries. They could be true. They could be false. They could be half-truths where I kind of lied about what year it was.
I'm a bitch.
I'm a bitch. And I was fair. I also gave you the wrong network.
True.
And it's true, I gave you the wrong network and I gave you the wrong year. And you realized it was the wrong year, but you said it was true anyway.
Well, yeah.
I give you guys the years, how many seasons it's run, as well as you each get 1 extra question about the show. There are certain questions I will not ask, sir. For obvious reasons. You guys ready?
No.
Yep.
Here, one other question. Do you guys want this week's theme now
Yes.
or after?
I would like it now.
I'm guessing the
Yeah.
Yeah.
aliens.
Okay. Okay.
This is nothing I watch.
Okay.
Might be something you know, though. Who knows? All right. So your first one, section A. For me, section 14. This is a story of the aftermath of a hurricane in which water-based creatures infiltrate a small Florida town and begin to take over the bodies of the town's inhabitants through a cloning process. This show aired from 2005 to 2006 on ABC, lasting only 1 season for reasons it was not very popular because it was right by the time of Hurricane Katrina.
Ooh,
Fair
bad
enough.
timing.
Ooh.
It was bad timing. And our second show. I love all of these. 5 humans and 1 alien gain the ability to transform into animals they touch. They must use this to save the planet from invading parasitic life forms. Hopefully I'm too loud
Okay.
talking to a headphone set.
Okay, I know.
This aired from 98 to 99 on YTV,
I know
lasting 2
exactly
seasons.
what this is.
Yep. Yep. Okay.
And the third one is after crash landing on Earth, an alien sent to wipe out humanity kills and takes on the identity of vacationing pathological physician. This is actually currently airing on Sci-Fi.
Can you repeat that last
Oh.
one again? I couldn't quite hear.
Yeah,
it.
it felt cutting in
Sorry.
and out there.
After crash landing on Earth, an alien sent to wipe out humanity kills and takes on the identity of a vacationing pathological physician. Sorry, that's just a really hard word for me to say.
Pathological.
And it is currently airing.
Physician?
I know this.
What it says.
I think if I'm correct, I think I know the show because it shoots up here and I deliver it to its set.
Well then.
That's hilarious. God damn it. Devin has an advantage on these.
I do.
All right. Do you have any questions about any of these 3?
The second one's based off of a book, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
books.
A
Book,
but yes.
series. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's Chris's question.
Oh, I just realized the second one isn't what I thought it was actually.
What?
But I also
Hold on.
realized I think what you're talking to now, because the thing I thought it wasn't based off of a book series. So
Oh.
Oh.
I want to know what Devin was thinking of.
Yeah.
That. McBride and Devin, do you have questions about any of those?
when did the first one come out?
05 to 06.
Right.
2005 to 2006, not 19.
Pretty sure animation
In case
wasn't a
someone-
thing in the early 1900s.
Actually,
Actually,
I
it started
do.
in early,
30.
yeah, 1920, 1930.
Yeah, not 1904 and 1905.
yeah.
All right, I'm sorry, McBride. You might have to mute me a lot because they're playing loud music.
Oh dear.
Let's see. Was the first one?
Was around Hurricane Katrina.
Around that time, yes.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I already asked a question.
You
You
did.
asked a question. It's just McBride has a question left.
I am like 100% focused on that second one. So Devin, if you
Same.
have another question, you can take my question.
I think I'm good because I'm actually pretty sure I know. I think I just know.
Okay.
You just know. All right, the first one, true or false?
False.
False.
Yeah, I'm gonna say false.
Because I'm pretty sure I know exactly what the other two are.
All right, let me just. I type these in so you guys. So I know. All right, the second one.
True.
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 Altogether.
100% true.
It's Animorphs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Read the books.
You all just
Watched
wanna tell me
watched the
that's
show
Animorphs?
all the time.
Yeah.
Although I was actually surprised. I only remember the book. I'm gonna have to find the show.
And just if you're curious what I thought it was Beast Wars, the Transformers show, because the timeline actually
Yeah,
lined up.
that lines up.
Okay.
And it was
But-
creatures that turn into animals.
But
Yeah,
for me,
that makes
the
sense.
trigger. For me, the trigger was specifically animals you touch because that was a big
yeah,
thing.
that was the only thing that was like, oh wait, hang on, because
Yeah.
they didn't have to touch them in Beast Wars. They just saw, ooh,
They-
a
they
gorilla.
were-
I'm gonna get a
Specifically
gorilla.
had to be what, you specifically had to touch the animal to
Yeah.
transform into it. I used to read the shit out of those books.
And I watched
And
the shit out
the
of it.
third one.
The third one is true.
I'll tell you, it's true as well.
Yeah, I believe Devin on this one. I'm gonna say true.
Well, you guys all get the same amount of points. This is funny.
I forgot about the horse dude.
But I do know. I'm pretty sure I know what this third one is.
You want to trade Animorphs in for this one?
What?
Are you only allowed to guess the name of one?
You only get to guess the name of one.
Oh.
You may only
shit.
gain one extra point from that.
You know,
So,
you're
you
the
can
only.
tell
You're
me
the
it, but
only
you won't
one.
get a point from it.
You're the only one who'd be able to guess the name of the third show.
Yeah.
Oh my
Right,
god,
also,
no,
I
can I guess this one? Can I guess the third one?
Sure.
Is it
You
Resident
want to change
Alien?
it? Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
I knew
It
it.
just
Hey,
popped
guys.
into my head. Oh my god.
Animorphs is on Prime Video.
Oh my god. It
Oh
is.
dear. I'm okay with not watching it, honestly.
I had
It
never.
was not the greatest.
Oh, okay, good.
Well, no, just
It
like
was not good.
technology nowadays as opposed to how it was in the late 90s, like I have a very good memory
Yeah.
of how it was. I don't want to tarnish it.
I
Alright.
want to read the books again.
Yeah, they supposedly they got turned into audiobooks, and I'm thinking of like just going out and
Ooh.
downloading the audiobooks. To
Interesting.
be honest,
Okay.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
I found that while I was doing some research earlier. Obviously, the second one is Animorphs. You are all correct. It indeed was Animorphs.
Yay.
I did not know this was a TV show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
what
used
threw me. I didn't. I only remember it as a book.
Yeah, I used to watch
I
it all
was-
the
I-
time.
I typed this out because I thought I was gonna fool you all, and then I saw on the wiki that there was a TV show, and I'm like, fuck.
Well, the thing is that
And
my
the-
original
the
thought
first-
was like, oh, you're gonna fool us, but then also McBride getting into it as well. I'm like, okay, maybe there is actually a show behind
There
it.
was a TV show.
Yeah.
I was so confused. The first one you all thought was false, even though I gave you so much information about it. That is actually true.
Oh.
Invasion aired on ABC
I've
from
heard of that
2005
show.
2006. I loved the shit out of the show. Me and my mother watched this together.
I just didn't think you'd give us all
I've not
true
heard of
for
that.
every single one.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to. I meant to make Animorphs a flunk, but... Yes.
But yeah, no, I've heard of Invasion.
Invasion. No, you gotta be careful, though, because there's 3 different Invasion movies. This show, Invasion, was originally supposed to be 5 seasons. But it got cut, obviously, because it came out, and then Hurricane Katrina happened.
Hey, Kira.
Yeah.
Kira, did you know that there's an Animorphs graphic novel?
Yes, I did.
I didn't.
There's also a book, a game book series.
There's also a book called The Invasion.
Yeah,
there's probably many books.
No, specifically about it's an Animorphs book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's the Animorphs has like 8 spin-offs. Some of them go right into the series.
Oh my god! It was published the same month and year I was born.
Nah.
It is as old as I am.
I think it was published earlier than that.
No, I'm looking at on the Wikipedia thingy the Invasion book by Catherine Applegate.
Oh, the book, the Invasion
published
book.
June 1996.
Oh shit! What's the first one? The original novel.
And you were just born in that month?
I was born at the end of that month.
Yep, I was 5.
On June 29th, 1996.
Oh yeah, shoot! Yeah, they started airing 96, or they started getting published in 96.
Yeah, I was 5.
I know what
and they
I'm
got
gonna
reissued
hyperfixate
from
on.
2011, 2012. Yeah, that was. I remember reading these as well.
Yeah.
As I said, I would be down to get the audiobooks.
Yeah, just have a listen.
Yeah.
Because I haven't found any podcasts I've been enjoying. Like even the ones I used to listen to and enjoy, I just stopped.
I mean, Magnus Archives, you should still listen to.
It's true. I haven't done that one yet.
I'm just saying.
I actually just got a book yesterday.
I
got it's like a thriller type of thing. It's from an author I've been reading a lot of called Andrew Piper. I didn't realize he was Canadian, so woo.
Oh.
But apparently this just came out. It's called The Residents. It's about
Sounds familiar.
president in like the early 1900s who recently got elected, but on his way to the White House, the train gets derailed and his son was the only casualty. And so he gets to try and be president as well as dealing with a wife who's grieving about the son as well as he's grieving about the son and all of this and the other thing, and there's like supernatural elements to it as well, so I'm excited.
Neat.
I only just started it yesterday, so I'm looking forward to it.
It's like a reverse version of Rue's backstory. I'm just saying.
Reverse.
Oh my god, we watched
Man,
there's the newer episode of the What If series on for the Marvel and Disney Plus, which is like if Thor was an only child.
It was really interesting.
It was good because like the past couple episodes for What If were like, what if this really dark, depressing thing happened instead? And this one was just like, what if Thor was just like a party bro? And the entire episode is just like really dumb things happening with Thor just arriving with like
and his relationship
a bunch of different aliens on Earth.
First of all, Frost Giant Loki.
Yeah. You get like full Frost Giant Loki who's like 10 feet tall.
Why the fuck doesn't MCU Loki actually use any of his Frost Giant abilities? Like theoretically he could.
He could. Just he never did.
He could because he never did because like writers a lot of the writers didn't know what the fuck to do with Loki. They made him try to kill Thanos with a knife.
What do you have? Yeah. A knife.
Which admittedly I'm just putting that under he knew he couldn't fight Thanos, so he was
trying to buy time.
He was just I think he did that basically as like a form of suicide. But or at least that's how I'm interpreting it, because him thinking he could just shank Thanos was
it also
just the
had been
dumbest.
Like a last minute like fuck you, I'm not going down without a fight.
Yeah,
even if it's a weak fight.
I think it's because otherwise it's just Thanos would have just basically made Loki his bitch again.
That's
Yep.
the only plausible explanation. But yeah, no, it's fun because like you get Loki as a frost giant and like they actually have such a wholesome relationship.
Yeah, they're like, he refers to him as his brother from another mother. And
Again and again and again. It's like, okay, guys, we get it.
Well,
Very
even in
funny.
the comic series, that like Loki and Thor have always had a good relationship. Even because in the comic series, they go into the fact that Loki is neither male nor female. It just kind of changes on a whim.
Yeah.
Yes, which is good.
Yeah, it's adorable. It's like I don't feel like a brother. I'm your sister now. It's like, okay, sister. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen like a comic of people doing that.
And like, as someone who's honestly never found Loki very attractive, Frost Giant Loki though, I'm like, uh-oh.
You just like people who can step on you.
That's entirely true, and I hate it.
Have you played Resident Evil 8 yet?
I have not, because I cannot do scary games.
Fair enough.
That being said, I have seen the Vampire Lady.
Yeah.
And yeah, no. So, yeah, I'm actually not like that into the Vampire Lady. Like, I think she's super fucking cool. But like everyone's like, step on me, I'm like, no.
It's like it's to the point where she's too oversaturated now. It's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, that was like she was also
Yeah.
just like everywhere when the game first came out, and I'm
Yeah.
like, she is super awesome, and she does seem like a really neat character, but it's just like
Meh.
meh.
Like
But
there are
they
so
also,
many
like-
other characters in that game that played more of a role and are in there for longer than she is too.
But the thing is, it doesn't matter because people on the internet were horny for her,
Yeah.
which I totally get. But
On the internet.
that being said, I was
Quote of
also
the year.
I don't know much about Resident Evil, but I know enough to know that I saw her in like the first like promo for it, and I'm like, well, she's gonna turn into a ugly fucking monster at the end.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
and I'm pretty sure, and like I haven't played the game, but like, does she?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. I was like, there's no way she actually looks like that.
I'm gonna say one thing into the Resident Evil games, and I think a few other games fall into this category. Obviously, people on the internet are just gonna like fall for. certain
People are
characters
horny.
and never play the
Moving
game.
on.
Yeah, people are horny, but I've noticed this with like mainly horror games. People will play the first few levels and never actually finish the game.
That's very much
Because
me with
Too
horror
hard,
games.
or it's too scary, or they just get bored of it.
It took me
Yeah.
years to get through Dead Space 1 because it was very scary. And I just like specifically though, I really like horror movies as long as they don't do jump scares. I hate jump scares.
It's
I
jump
hate
scares.
jump
It's
scares
jump
so
scares.
much.
Yeah.
Because they're
But all
lazy
horror
and I
games
just
are jump
don't like the
scares.
feeling it makes my body do when a jump scare happens. I'm like, no, that's just, it's cheap. It's so fucking cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all horror games are almost all jump scares.
Like
because
I've realized later on in my life that I actually do really enjoy horror as a genre, but it's done so rarely. It's done well. So it's it's just like a. Although I always kind of appreciate there's the video games that aren't horror games but have like the one mission or the one level that suddenly decide we're gonna do a horror game right now.
Yeah.
Like the first Uncharted game, it was like, okay, you're going through the jungle and you're shooting bad guys and stuff, and then there's just one mission where it's like, okay, now you're going into the sewers and there's like fucking four-legged zombie creatures coming after you, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
don't like this.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yikes.
Like, I think the only two horror games I've actually like played all the way through are Dead Space 1 and 2, and technically The Last of Us. Because I guess you could qualify The Last of Us as horror. Actually, no.
Yeah, you
Having
could.
played the second one, I could definitely classify.
Yeah.
Because, like, honestly, like, Kira, you've only played a bit of the first one. The first one, even for me, was never scary. Like, it was intense, but it was never scary. I played the second one. The second one has a couple moments that made me shit myself.
there's also the thing of I am horrified of zombies for some unknown reason.
No, I think it's Last of Us 2 is a amazing game. I don't think we could ever make Kira play it because 1, there are zombies, and 2, you gotta kill some dogs.
And 3, it's horrifying.
And 3, it's also just like a relentlessly depressing experience. It's real
That's
good,
fine.
but it's just such a it's such a downer of a game.
That's completely fine. Depression, great.
The thing is,
In the game,
also
anyway.
in 2, like, because you fought like the mushroom people. In the
Gets
second
worse.
one, there are mushroom people that have literally been sealed up onto the walls, but then at the last moment just burst out of the
It's
wall.
like the Draugr in Skyrim, but worse.
Yes. And there's also just a really big boy.
That doesn't bother me, the Draugr in Skyrim, because you can still kind of see that they're there.
Yeah, I usually hit them before they hit me. But this you can't.
you hit them Oh.
Yeah.
Damn it.
And, like, granted, it's one of those things where it's like you can kind of tell it's going to happen because you can usually see them, like, plastered up on the wall. But sometimes
Okay,
they
yeah,
won't.
see, if I can see them. If I can see them most of the time, you know what, I think I'd be okay. But we're also going away if I don't like zombies.
And there's also the big boy.
There's also there's a point where a very big boy comes out. That
Just give a
can...
hug.
No.
Yeah. That, and
it scared Devin shitless the first time.
well, yeah, because, like, it's not only the fact that there's a big boy, you're stuck in a very claustrophobic environment in, like, pitch black. You only have your flashlight and, like, some weapons, and this thing will one-shot it. It will one-shot you if it hits you.
Oh shit! But don't you have bat vision still, or do they take that?
That's-
Well,
different
no, you
character, I
you
think.
have it. It's just, like, at this point, it's not particularly helpful. It's one of those ones where
You can
you have
see
to
it.
kind of keep running, and you can see it. But it's
Oh,
because, like,
okay.
you're basically in this, like, underground parking lot hospital area, and it's basically it's like 4 or 5 of the clicker things fused together. It's horrifying.
So someone took a clicker, and then made more.
Yeah.
Oh, it's called the Rat King.
Yeah, they call it the Rat King because I think it's basically you end up in this hospital area in Seattle where it's like the first infection happened in there.
And the reason they call it the Rat King is because rats, when they they will actually their tails will fuse together or something like that.
Oh yeah.
It's babies. They when they're babies, their tails can tangle up, and they all become one mound of rat. And sometimes they live like that their entire lives, just being stuck together as rats.
Yeah, it's a scary boy.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, there was no, like, heads up that there was going to be a creature like this in the game. It was a surprise. Like, there was nothing about this in any of the promotion for it, and I think it was just really smart. And then this thing just appears at you, and I'm like, oh,
It's like Akira, but worse.
no. It's maybe not that bad, because in Akira, it's like that, but it's covering an entire Olympic stadium.
Yeah, but it's not like chasing you down.
True, but it does absorb you and, like, crush you. But regardless, it's gross and it's creepy, and I love it, but also no.
I love it, but no.
And
We
again,
spent like 20 minutes talking about Last of Us.
I think it's because I don't know if Kira's ever gonna do this on the podcast or not. So, or the
answer's
game
gonna be
channel.
no,
But it's gonna
probably.
be no, because again,
It's gonna be no.
you gotta kill some dogs.
Nope. That's not. I say that, and I'm like the murder baby when it comes to games. Like, oh, you need to kill this to get the resource kits. It's dead now.
But, like, the worst part of it, though, is, like, because I remember the first couple playthroughs, all I would do is I would just kind of shoot them. And they would fall dead, and they'd do the little dog yelp, and I would feel bad, but I'm like, okay. But then one, like, got close enough to me where I had to, like, melee attack it, and, like,
You immediately felt.
she takes the fucking hatchet and just slams it into the dog's head, and I'm like, oh, God.
I hate this conversation.
Yeah.
I only ever cried in Game of Thrones on the second episode.
Yeah, that was partially on me because I totally forgot that happens on Game of Thrones, and I'm like, oh shit.
Like, I didn't cry for any of the other deaths, but the wolf.
But the one innocent wolf, like 2 episodes into the show, I'm like, uh-oh. I forgot. Which again, yeah, it's on me because I forgot to
But
warn
it's
you
just
about
funny because
that.
it's like, oh, this doesn't bode well. I'm crying about a dog. And it's like, nope. The rest of it's like, oh, I liked him. Oh well.
And to be fair, they even kill more dogs in the show.
Yeah.
But
It was but there was something different about.
it was just sad.
Yeah. I love how that was my reaction to a lot of the deaths was, oh, but I liked him. Oh well.
Yeah.
That's the right mentality to go into something like Game of Thrones. Or that book series I keep trying to read, but Grandma has stolen the first book and I don't know where it's gone.
What book series?
It's by Steve Erickson.
I do not know what this book series is.
I'm not sure.
It's crazy.
I share.
No, it's not Zeroville.
Oh yeah.
The band looks horrifying, by the way. One of the books is called Toll the Hounds. Let's see if we can just find it.
Oh no! All I need is
Steven Erickson.
influenced by George R.R. Martin. Oh no. That's not good.
Yeah, most of these books have like 700 to 800 pages, and they're written like you have like 5 main characters that you're jumping between a lot.
Yeah.
I only got halfway through the first book, by the way. Like, I bought the 9th one because it looked cool, realized it was not the first book, and then went to the bookstore to find the first 2. So I have 2, 3, and 4 in the other room, but Grandma borrowed the first one when I was halfway through it, and she doesn't remember where she put it.
Oh dear.
Oh, Toll the Hands was the 8th one, I'm sorry. And it's good, but like...
Is it like fantasy or sci-fi?
It's high fantasy.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
my favorite.
But murder.
Well,
So like
Yes.
it's a war between the old gods and the new gods
Ooh.
done through humans, but also those gods are half on the earth fighting as well. Really fucked up.
I think it's kind of like partially something like Snow's Campaign a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
But in the first like few chapters, an entire city of people are wiped to the ground.
Oh dear.
Killed, murdered, demolished, guts and gores all over the floor. Horses are refusing to enter the area because it's just so destroyed.
That's a yank.
Sounds like my kind of book.
With no trace of any form of army or anything going through the
I
area.
think I have a problem.
You think?
It was really good. It was so good. It was so well written. But because of how well there were a lot of really big, it looks like it's written by an archaeological standpoint, so there's like these massive huge words. There's an entire index in the back of the book explaining certain words and terms.
Wait, now this sounds like my kind of book.
There are maps that are drawn out in the beginning of the book.
This is a
that you
man
can
who
go back
wanted to
and
play
reference.
D&D but couldn't.
Oh, it's so intricate.
This is a man who wanted to be a dungeon master but could never find players. That is what he
The
is.
man who wanted to be a dungeon master and probably his players kept dying because he made it too hard.
That too.
So like the campaign we're in right now.
Which one?
The one
Well,
I'm not DMing.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Yeah, we'll mention about that one later. 'Cause we
Yeah.
did try and say no more D&D talk on the podcast.
Yes.
Did try.
Well, actually,
It never succeeds.
it never succeeds, but we are also reaching the end of our pod.
We need to have like a counter. It has been this many episodes since D&D was last talked about.
We will
This has been
literally
5
never
minutes.
succeed, though.
I know, that makes it more entertaining. I have a thing coming soon. I just want to show up.
That's good.
It's for the
Man,
my.
I'm trying to find like a summary of the book series and I cannot. Because people don't do those anymore. They just write reviews.
I
on the entire
fucking
series.
hate that. I mean,
yeah.
at least like some on the hardcover books, they'll sometimes like write the reviews on like the sleeve, like on the inner
Yeah.
sleeve. But even then, a lot of the time it's just more reviews, or like talking about one of his other books. And I'm like, can you fucking not? I don't care about the other book. I care about this one.
It's like, how will I
Bring
know?
back reviews. How am I supposed to know if I like the book?
Granted, you could Google a summary, but
Well, not if it's a brand new book where there's not much information on there yet.
there should be at least a summary online.
Not always.
I can't find the summary for the first book in the series. It's called the Malzahn Empire of the Fallen. Malzahn Book of the Fallen. as the first series. It came out in 1991. I cannot find a summary.
So yeah.
So on that note,
he has neat titles for his books, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're. I'm at the point where I'm tempted to just go buy the first one because I cannot find it.
Probably get it off like Amazon or something.
It's $10 at Indigo.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, even better. Oh, McBride, you've returned.
Yeah, because it's so old. It's just like an old paperback,
Yeah.
and it's one of the ones they keep in stock because it's kind of just there.
And because it's the first book, so therefore people are always going to want the first book.
There's a series I keep trying to get into. Fuck, what is it? I don't remember the series name. The Color of Magic is the first one, though. It has a few movie adaptations, like The Hogfather. Shit, who's it by?
Terry
I don't
Pratchett.
remember who it's by.
oh, Terry Pratchett,
That's
yeah.
the one.
How did you forget
Yeah,
Terry
the-
Pratchett?
My brain was like, it's in the Tolkien era, but I can't remember who his name is.
Tolkien is like way before that.
Yeah, I know, but it's like
Associated.
That-
Yeah, no, I get it, but I'm just like,
that bubble.
how? Terry
I couldn't
Pratchett
remember
is
his name.
so
My brain
well known.
died.
Yeah, fair enough. I have those moments too. I'm just like, wow. I don't even read Terry Pratchett. I should.
And I keep trying to find the first one, and I cannot.
It's really hard. Well, Terry
I-
Pratchett is so popular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I did talk about getting the audiobook for Animorphs just because I plan on having that as background noise while I'm doing other shit.
Yeah.
So I don't think I could sit through a book targeted at 12-year-olds again.
I probably could. But my problem is wanting to do too many things at once.
Yeah. So but with this one, I if I'm like a book I want to read, I want to be here for it. I'd rather book. And I don't like ordering the book. I like to go get the book.
Yeah.
I like to just go to the store and go, ooh, books. And just walk through and touch all the books.
Well,
I can't now.
Well,
because
we
of
don't
COVID.
have an audiobook. We do have a podcast.
Yes, we do not have an audiobook. We do have a podcast. If you want to listen to more of our utter bullshit, we have backlogs and backlogs on YouTube all the way back to episode 1. I don't think any have ever been taken down, McBride.
There was one
Really?
that I had to,
Yes, there was.
But it
that I
went back
had
up.
to change the
It got back up.
The
thumbnail.
screen, yeah.
But other than that,
The
it was
thumbnail
fine.
showed. And I believe we have all the way back to episode 70. No, it was before 69. I think like episode 60 or something on Spotify.
Yes, something like that.
Something like that. So don't forget to go check out our backlog if you want to hear more utter bullshit. If you want to hear me and McBride talk naughty things in Zelda, go check out JKT Radio or JKT Gaming. I'm sorry.
This is the radio.
Or be prepared for the November Smash tournament. And watch the previous Smash
Soon.
tournament
And
of the years before.
I will put in a very
Possible.
eventual Dragon Age
Maybe?
full series playthrough with me
No
and
promises
Chris.
as to when.
No
but
promises
the
as to
thought is
when,
there.
because we need to figure out if that'll work on my laptop.
And
stuff.
also,
Date mocked.
we lazy.
Yeah, but the thing is, if I mark a date, that might actually I won't mark
No,
a
the
date.
date marked up today is when you announced it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now that's been announced.
It's been announced. It has
Although
to
we've
happen.
been saying that since like
Well, the thing is, I was like, we've been dragging on our heels on Inquisition so long, and I'm like, well, the thing is, I'm also just kind of realized like, I've only played through Origins once.
And
Chris,
by
you've
the
never
time-
played through Dragon Age 2 at all.
And by the time we get through the entire playlist, who knows? Maybe there'll be Dragon Age 4.
That would be kind of great though, because then we could go straight into Dragon Age 4.
And we'd all have to be here for that one, I think.
No, I'd probably be sitting here playing that no end. Alright, so on that note, maybe Devin and Chris, me and McBride will be doing Halloween specials.
Yes, they'll be coming up soon. The first one should be coming up,
I believe,
this weekend.
this weekend,
Yeah.
this coming weekend. In 3 days if you're watching this from
So
YouTube.
stay tuned for that.
Indeed.
So, yep, don't forget to lick those buttons as well. They're very, very tasty, I promise. Don't actually lick your screen. You might get a static shock. It hurts. Trust me, I may or may not have mildly electrocuted myself in the past few days. Fine. It's fine.
What was that?
So, don't forget to lick the buttons. They're tasty. I don't have a flavor for you right now.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Dandelion is the only flavor I can think of that's a flower that's edible.
And thistle, actually. Or like honeysuckle.
Oh, there we go. Thistle, or no, it's not called thistle. Thistles are gross.
No, yeah, but I meant
Honeysuckle for
honeysuckle.
the like button. Honeysuckle for the like button. So get a good old lick
Also,
of that
you can
honeysuckle.
actually eat violets as well. Candied violets.
You want to eat a violet?
Yeah, candied violets.
No, but do you want to eat a violet?
Yeah.
No, they don't taste nice.
You can, like, they're actually a treat. And then the chamomile is also a flower. It's a tea.
And there's the tea.
And there's the tea, and we're gonna end it, Chris.
Yep.
Sorry, I was just like, hey,
And Devin.
lots of flowers that you can actually eat.
So don't forget to lick those buttons. They're very tasty. Like and subscribe if you're on Spotify. I think it's a follow.
Yeah.
Stop biting me.
It's a
follow
follow
on
on Spotify, yeah.
It's a follow on Spotify, and we are in other streaming services as well. And until that next week, bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.